And so no strangers. In fact, a little tidbit of information for you and the viewers, regardless of the result here tonight, right around 8:30, 9 o'clock, these two teams will be going out to dinner together.
Perfect.
Sharing pizzas at Marco's Pizzeria, and they'll be doing it as a team-building event with both teams.
I didn't get that invite, so I just had a little Subway before coming on, but, to each their own. That's awesome. I always love that. And then I know we just played Centaurus, and I always remember the hoopla with that. I mean, either way, if they came up or we went down, they always seemed to share meals. It was a really cool thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're off.
First one's going to be right on frame, and the keeper there, that's Alvarez, who is starting for Battle Mountain. He's able to easily handle that, and this Husky squad will build from the back. Your Steamboat Sailors donning their white uniforms. That's one of 3 different options with different numbers. Question on that one, Joey. We'll talk about that at half. But they're donning the white uniforms, and they're left to right here on KTYV 105.7 and on the World Wide Web at steamboatradio.com. It's going to be Battle Mountain possessing. Working this one up the field is Dozal. Dozal sweeps it over to that right flank, and the attack is going to be at least stymied somewhat by the Steamboat defense. Nice job with a bunch of bodies in the way. It's going to be a little bit of a regroup here, and they'll try to attack the left wing, working it out to Glowacki. And Glowacki makes a nice one-on-one move, tries to get around the Steamboat defender, and nothing doing there. Glowacki just stumbled over the ball. Great defensive play from Davidoff.
Jake Davidoff, a junior, playing right back. Your Steamboat Sailors in their typical 4-4-2 formation, matched up here with Battle Mountain's 3-5-2. For the students of the game, generally a 3-5-2 could nullify the 4-4-2. Let's see if Coach Bowman makes any tactical changes. I'm sure he'll want to read the flow of the game. Your Sailors are going to be led by your back line right there. You've got Timmy Sabat and Campbell McLaren in the back, Jake Davidoff and Henry Jameson on the outsides. Anchored in the middle, senior Charlie Reisman. You've got G and Will Hayden. Again, wearing the white uniforms, going left to right.
It's Battle Mountain possessing here, and the Huskies trying to just break free, but a great job suffocating the defense there and forcing Battle Mountain all the way back to their own 18. It's going to be gathered by Alvarez. He steps just outside and rips one up the left wing, nearly intercepted off the foot of Nolan Laird, but he has to backtrack as Battle Mountain advances once again. This time it's Methvin. Methvin across the midfield line, swings one over to that right wing. He's got his man. It looks as though that's Ruiz. Works it towards the middle of the field, and eventually it's, again, back to that midline. Nice job here in the opening minutes from the Sailors defensively, making sure they're not allowing too much going up the field. They've got numbers behind the ball, and they do have an earned throw in here as well. The Sailors, with the toss, they'll get about 20 yards and have another toss on this near sideline. This time it looks like it's going to be taken here.
Jeffrey Sturgis.
That's Sturgis.
Yep. Whereas number 16 in white, typically he's in number 3. Hey, Vlad, what we're seeing here are 2 possession-based teams. So much like your beloved sport of hockey, you're going to want to see these guys knock around some quick, short passes. They want to possess, make the other team chase them, draw them in, and hit those opening spots looking to create some goals.
And, of course, capitalize on your set plays. Here's the first one of the afternoon/evening, I suppose, as the sun is setting. Corner kick from the near side. It's going to be Reisman to take it. Sends one in, looking for the back post play, and the Sailors are going to have to backtrack as nothing builds off of the set piece from the near corner, but a nice job to earn it, and that's always a nice fun stat to watch. You can see what the possessive game has done when you're looking at corner kicks earned, and the Sailors have the first. It's worked up that left wing now. Nice, soft area pass, and the cross comes in. Alvarez, though, dives out and aptly will handle that ball. Great job from Alvarez. He's gotten a few touches early in this one, and that's always kind of nice as a keeper. It gets you involved in the game.
Really nice ball from Matthias Wolf playing on that far left side, using a left foot to get across in the middle. Perhaps a little bit more angle on it would have helped. Nonetheless, challenge the goalkeeper, which is what you want to do. Put the pressure on the goalkeeper to make the save, and this time around he came up with it.
Battle Mountain works it into the big circle in the middle. It's been a while, man, defense. Some of these vocabulary, it'll crawl back with me, but by the second half and maybe even the 80th minute, we'll be, right on where we need to be. Going to be worked out by Battle Mountain. Last touch from the Huskies goal kick coming up for Cole Campbell.
We're going to keep you straight. We'll guide you through the bumpers here.
Thanks, man.
And on a personal note, if I may, last time we saw each other, we ran into each other at the grocery store. Did you pop the question?
No, not yet. But now that one's on air. Thanks a lot, Joey.
Oh, my gosh. It's a good thing I'm only wearing flip-flops. It won't hurt as much when I chew on them.
Going to be worked up that left wing. It's not necessarily a hidden thing. It's all good. And from the far sideline, the Sailors will have an opportunity, Sturgis, to make the throw. And does Sturgis have the distance to make this an attack on that far
Absolutely,
flank?
I do, yeah. His throw-in is a weapon for sure. Also a basketball player, spends plenty of time making those half-court passes, if you will. Sturgis is a weapon up front. Got to keep him focused in on the game. That attack with Reisman in the middle, Sturgis up top. Matthias Wolf coming off an injury of late, now getting the starting nod. Having his speed up there, a track star for the Sailors as well, is going to be really nice and beneficial.
It's been interesting because I've dipped in and done one or two games over the last few years, but I don't have the finger on the pulse as I once did, tracking these guys around the state. But it's always fun to come in and see who those new key players are and who's the speed guy and who's that, basketball or hockey or whatever other sport they play. What's that guy that comes in?
Multi-sport athletes, right? You're looking at Charlie Reisman right here, number 11. He will be vying by the end of his senior year for a Colorado State record with the most varsity letters ever. He's on pace for 16 or 17 between soccer, football, golf, track, I believe are the 4.
Wow. Good for him. Gotta love it. That's Steamboat for you right there. It's Battle Mountain who possesses, however. The Huskies working this one in from the left side. Again, the Sailors doing a really good job staying behind the ball defensively. They're not allowing too many of those cuts. This is such a talented squad in Battle Mountain. Yes, they have that possessive nature to the game. Here's a nice little through ball, and the speed from Sturgis is there. He gets shouldered off, whistle blows, and that is an elbow from the official, so it'll be a free kick at a great spot.
And there's a strength of Jeffrey Sturgis right there, It's one of those where he uses his speed. He's going to make the body contact. He's going to draw the foul. A lot of times the referee won't award the foul because this is not the first time we're going to see him on the turf today, Vlad. So This is going to be set up, I think, as a direct kick right outside the box. You're looking at about 18 to 20 yards. Charlie Reisman, who is the free kick specialist, obviously, as well as the starting varsity field goal and place kicker. Moving it to the top of the circle. That puts you at about 22 yards out, straight on the goal. The wall is set up 10 yards behind, and they're going to talk a little strategy, Charlie Reisman and Will Hayden here.
Looks like a 5-man wall in front for this Huskies team, knowing this is a dangerous opportunity for your Sailors. Reisman will try for the cheeky play, but it goes harmlessly into the upright and becomes a goal kick here for Alvarez. While I have a quick second, want to thank Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations in Steamboat and Craig, member FDIC. Also Alpine Lumber, the contractor's choice, and the homeowner's friend. You can go see Cody and the gang at Alpine Lumber for all your building needs. Nice intercept off the kick. That was Davidoff, who read it beautifully and hopped right into the lane. However, it's going to be taken by Battle Mountain again, and the speed starting to show here on this left wing. Opportunity into the 18. Chance at a shot. That's blocked down beautifully. And the rebound play comes right out to the top of the 18. Too many laces under the ball there for Martinez, who sends it harmlessly into the neighborhood adjacent of the field.
Jake Davidoff having a stellar season, coming off a horrific hip injury from last lacrosse season, rehabbed the entire summer, coming back strong. The anchor of that back four right there, Campbell McLaren, who frankly is a candidate for the Hot Cheetos man of the match each and every match. Went down with a little injury a couple games ago, scared us all. He's back there full strength, and he is so smooth. He's going to anchor that line. He's going to be first to the ball in the back and challenge every shooter possible.
Sailors trying to capitalize on possession here via a throw-in, and they do so on that that far sideline. It's going to be a quick 1, then 2 touches out of bounds. Battle Mountain will take it back. I want to finish the thought I had earlier. This is a Battle Mountain team you talked about being very possessive, but in all the years I've watched them, sans whoever the names are, it is very high talent as well that you're dealing with from the Sailors. They've got that one-on-one capability, so if you only play the defensive structure, you may get beat. So it's always fun to watch.
There's no doubt about it. These teams match up really well. We keep talking about it, right? Rob Bowman and David Cope, longtime coaches. Assistant coach Kenny Reisman right here to our left, taking notes on the first half as he typically would. He and Cope go way back as well. It's a soccer fraternity, and so these guys obviously work together for the betterment of the sport, the betterment of the kids and their education and how they're learning. However, in between these yellow lines, as it were, it's game time right now. We've got 0-0, 30 minutes left in the first half, and pretty even. This is, the first 10 minutes each week, right? Each game. Mm-hmm. You're looking at a feel-out period, right? You're going to see a lot of action between the 18-yard lines. Teams trying to establish their pace and their control and trying to find that spot to attack for goal. We've seen a couple opportunities, both teams so far. Again, evenly matched. Mm-hmm. These kids know each other. They know each other since club soccer, so excited to be here. This is going to be a great match.
I know I'm going to get a text from Brian Harvey on that one because you were the first one to say the score at the time. I know that's inevitably coming.
Well, at least he's listening.
Yeah. We've got Sturgis on the near sideline. He's gonna back up as if he may try to challenge with this one. Steps into a throw, keeps it low instead, and it skips twice into the feet there of a Battle Mountain defender. Cleared up this left flank. Off David off, and then out of bounds. So Battle Mountain with a throw of their own. Deja vu spot there, but the Huskies will possess off their toss, and it's a 2-on-a-lot here for this Battle Mountain team. Glowacki trying to just switch the pitch on this, and aptly does so. Wow, great cross there, and a nice first touch from the Battle Mountain player on that far side just to keep it alive, but it eventually ping-pongs between the teams, and it will be Steamboat who possesses. Long through ball, Sturgis just doesn't quite have the legs to chase that one down, and Alvarez falls onto that ball inside his own 18. Rolls it out quickly, and the Huskies will build from the back here as Battle Mountain tries to find any kind of opening here. The Sailors, again, even those front three that we're seeing, are doing an excellent job when the ball's in that area to try and attack. Here's a chance on a shot. Oh, just wide. What a great touch on the ball from William Hayden, who had gotten in and a nice volley out of the air. Alvarez got enough on that potentially to send it wide, and we are going to have our second corner kick of the game, but the Sailors doing a real good job here offensively.
One of the more talented players you're going to see on the pitch here for the Sailors, William Hayden. He is a senior currently, wondering if he still has a year of eligibility, having moved from Texas during the COVID year. He is cheeky. He's talented with the ball at his feet. He is the one player on this team that could change the game at a moment of a hat. Charlie Reisman's Mr. Consistent. He's right there, but William Hayden, he's going to find the back of the net eventually.
This is going to be a corner kick that bounces off of a defender, they say. 27 and a half minutes to go here in a scoreless game, and the Sailors get a throw in deep in their attacking territory.
Hey, big thanks right here to our left. We've got two Steamboat Soccer Club players, Alex Hall and Jackson McLaren, both younger brothers of athletes on this varsity team, helping us out with the camera tonight. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jackson.
Always appreciate the assistance. Otherwise, we would have to throw you in there, and we just never know what's going to happen when you're talking and doing the video.
I mean, come on.
I've tried it before. It is very difficult.
It is very difficult.
Battle Mountain has this one. The Huskies trying to find a little bit of attack after your Sailors have had a couple goes at goal, and Alvarez has made some stellar saves. Nice through ball to that right wing, and Battle Mountain comes out of the corner. They're just toying with that end line. Nice little FIFA play out front, but the Sailors get enough numbers back to get into the lanes, and eventually this will be out of bounds on the far side off of a Battle Mountain player, so it will be a throw-in for your Sailors. Quickly tossed into the far side. No connection on the initial intended target, but the Sailors do possess, and Hayden works it up that left wing. One touch through ball there, and it ends up in the feet of Alvarez, who is at the top of his own 18. Switches the field to the near side. This is Becerra O'Hara, who will take it and work it back in the middle again to Skidmore. Skidmore with a long ball, and they're going to say he was onside. That looked like he may have been behind. Opportunity, and it's a crossing pass, touched around in the 18. Battle Mountain settles, shot. That one is going to be stopped by Campbell. What a save from Cole Campbell. That one hit off the foot of William Hayden, who was trying just to help his goalie out, but it ends up kind of twerking the ball awkwardly. Campbell equal to the task, and it remains 0-0.
Cool, calm, and composed. That's what you get from Cole Campbell, senior goalkeeper right now. Started the season, spent a lot of time on the river this summer. Didn't really work so much on his craft. Came back fresh. He's been really, really good this season for the Sailors. He is a quiet leader, keeps the composure in the back, distributes, easy for me to say, pretty well, and it's the Sailors moving up on the attack right now, Vlad.
They are trying to find anything off of that left wing. A quick centering cross there is going to be kicked out by a Battle Mountain defender. Sailors do take it back. Nice little play there from Reisman. Nearly electrified everybody in the stands, but ends up being knocked short by a nice Battle Mountain defensive play.
You know, little nuances, Vlad, right? These guys, again, we keep saying it. They know each other. They knew, they knew to defend Reisman to send him to his left, right?
Yep.
They know he's a right foot dominant player. He can, however, still shoot from his left. However, was not able to get the good shot off with his left foot, and thereby going the other way. Ball back in the hands of Cole Campbell.
Methvin had the opportunity from range. He just wanted something to go on frame. He'd had a couple chances earlier in the half that got blocked down by Steamboat defenders. We've got 24-19 remaining here in half number one, still scoreless from Battle Mountain High School, and we have an absolutely stunning backdrop to this matchup right now as the sun sets over the Rocky Mountains. It's pretty spectacular.
Holy sunset,
Yeah.
Vlad.
Methvin again here, trying to work to the middle of the field, but he's defended well there by Gerardo Mendoza, and it's crossed to the far side. Worked up by Battle Mountain. They try for the cross through a few bodies, and eventually Hayden will clear that one, thinking he's had enough. Settled by Methvin. He's got some time and space to work for. Works towards the middle of the pitch, and then Hayden takes that right off of his back. And another block to his name here is, just like you said, Will Hayden making his presence known in all facets of the game.
And he does quietly, too, Vlad. He's not much of a talker on the field, but he sure shows it with his ability, his play.
Here come the Sailors now. They had an opportunity to maybe push a little bit with some numbers up the field, but it's going to be Battle Mountain who does take it back. And this all of a sudden becomes more of a game of those one-on-one battles. When you know teams so intimately like these guys do, having played, like you said, from the club level all the way through high school, it's those one-on-one battles. Who's going to win it tonight? And that's what's so exciting about it. Battle Mountain working to the far side now. A nice pace to this one, I would say, Joy. Chances at both ends. It's not a dominant performance from either side. What we'd expect, but also exciting to see play out. Worked through. That one they're going to say is onside. Shot. Big save from Campbell. Rebounds in. Not sure about that. It seemed as though it looked like that man was snuck in behind, but Battle Mountain goes on top 1-0.
And that's what you call throwing the kitchen sink right there, Vlad. So the ball was brought up the left flank, sent into the middle. A shot was saved. Two other guys from Battle Mountain were able to sneak through the middle right at the top of the 18. That's when the panic of that moment causes you to ball watch instead of man mark, right? And so a guy left wide open, slots the shot in, and here we find our Sailors about 18 minutes in, down 1-0 on the Battle Mountain Huskies homecoming night.
It was Strock who was there to fire home the rebound. I'm not sure if he got carded on that after. There was some whistles going on from the center official. I wasn't certain if
I didn't see any cards come out. I did, however, see the referee stop the clock, which is a little unusual after a goal being scored. So in high school sports.
I saw him come off, too, so that's where the Chasser rule. I was only implying what I know, and that is, of course, very little. 22:03 remaining, 1-0, Battle Mountain on top. Huskies trying to work from the near side. It's Methvin. Nice job there from David Off, clearing it, and there's Campbell happily jumping out and making a quick snag on that loose ball. Taken now by the Sailors on the far side. Slowing things down a bit here is Nolan Laird, and Laird eventually just works it further up the left wing where the Sailors will be dispossessed. Fired back towards the Sailors bench. It'll be a throw in here just about at the midfield line, and Laird will take it. Settles with his legs and will try to push forward, and the Sailors again off that left wing attack. Comes all the way through to Hayden. Nice little one-touch on that. Gets it right back. A little give-and-go play here from Hayden and company. And eventually they'll switch the pitch. Coming up this near side flank, it's David Off on the overlap. He tried to volley that one up. That would have been quite the highlight reel.
That's tough when you're running out of real estate like that. So in Rob Bowman's attack offense, he likes those outside backs, of which Jake David Off and Henry Jameson are. Very, very athletic outside backs. You're going to see them move and make that attack up that right and or left flank and look for that easy cross ball, possibly a shot from 18 to 25 yards out.
It overloads a little bit and gives you some numbers upfield. Always a nice thing to have, especially when you are a possessive team. Battle Mountain, however, has the current possession and the current lead, 1-0. Great intercept there from the Sailors. It's Sturgis who stepped into a lane, and he gets the ball right back this time, throws it down to a foot, and a great little through ball chance for the Sailors, and it's going to be a great little move at the end line there for Steamboat. Who was that one running down that play?
That's Matthias Wolf.
Okay.
For the Sailors.
Great job from Wolf. I mean, he was what I call playing with the goal line there, right? Goal line extended, and did a great job being aware of where he was on the field. Earns another corner for the Sailors, third of their afternoon, evening.
And that's what you want to do. That's what we teach at the club level, starting at really young age, is you want to defend and you're attacking third. You want to press and you want to cause them to make a mistake in front of their own goal. And so Matthias Wolf, you can tell healthy now and absolutely a difference maker being back in this starting lineup.
We'll see if the Sailors are able to come back. Nothing developed off of that corner kick. That is 3 for the Sailors, none so far for Battle Mountain in terms of corners. Want to thank Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop where you always meet by accident, bringing you the collision of the game, and Mountain Mattress and Furniture, helping you and the Sailors get a good night's sleep. You can come in for a test nap today. They're located on Loggers Lane. Battle Mountain.
If I'm not mistaken, Vlad, I believe that Russell's comes highly recommended.
Oh boy, you've been spending time with Brian in the booth, haven't you?
Time of my life. Time of my life.
Just remember who you had your first game with, my friend.
I do.
Kicking it back. That was wonderful.
Yep.
Good times. 19:01 remaining here in half one. 1-0 score, Battle Mountain on top here on KTYV 105.7. We're on the World Wide Web at steamboatradio.com as well. Nice moves from Reisman. Gets free, gives it off to Wolf. Tried to touch that through to Sturgis, couldn't connect though. And it will be taken by Battle Mountain at the midfield line. Trying to handle is Martinez. Had a man that kind of overlapped there with Sanchez and couldn't get it to him. Nice job from Mendoza, who got a foot on that to nullify what could have been an attacking play from Battle Mountain on this near sideline. There'll be possession again for the Huskies. Worked up now to the foot of McFarland. McFarland tried to switch the pitch, sent his defender a little bit further back than he would have liked to, and so the Huskies slowed things down somewhat. And a nice little attack from Wolf. You can see exactly what you've said.
Yeah.
His speed is there, and he loves to press.
And so what we've seen in the last 8 or so minutes, Vlad, is that Battle Mountain has settled into their possession game, dictating the pace by knocking it around. We're getting a little bit more, and I mean the Sailors, a little bit more into the chase mode, not necessarily possessing and connecting enough passes, little desperation clear outs, right? And it's really, really important the Sailors get back into their game.
And the Sailors trying to do exactly what Joy urged them to. It is work to the far side, and Sturgis will slowly settle. Crosses, has a man coming in. It was Mendoza. Good-looking cross. Now a shot from range ended up skipping off the turf awkwardly, and Reisman couldn't volley that one out of the air. But Mendoza was coming down the middle. I like to see that nice cross from Sturgis. Just a good defensive positioning there from the Battle Mountain player. Gerardo
Mendoza, another player that missed a couple games due to an injury. He is now coming back. This is his second full game played, and another player that can make a huge difference in the center of the field for the Sailors.
I like to hear it, man. That gives me hope as we look on at 16:50 remaining here in half one. It's going to be Battle Mountain who advances with the 1-0 lead already over your Sailors, and Steamboat trying to find their game in the waning moments of this first stanza. Worked upfield, here's Reisman, 3-on-3, he's got numbers and speed upfield. Reisman takes this himself, and he's going to try and chip that one up to Sturgis. A little bit heavy on that. Sturgis tries to chase it down, he keeps it alive for a moment, bounces off a few players, and I think they're giving that to Alvarez as it did go off of Sturgis last. So just a little heavy on the touch there from Reisman, but a good idea in what he was trying to do.
And a really smart play from Jeffrey Sturgis. I might argue that call right there. To me, it looked like Sturgis was able to backheel that ball off the Battle Mountain defender to earn the corner kick. The center referee did not see it that way.
And we have much better view from up here.
Oh, there's no doubt.
There's a shot there. Nice crossing, flying play to Methvin, who has been swapped onto that right attacking position. And looks like he did get a touch on the ball, but sent it just wide. And Campbell will have a goal kick here as we get some jumping jacks done just to warm up here in the press box from Battle Mountain High School. This is going to be advanced by the Sailors. And that's the nice thing. When you build from the back like they do like to do, that gives you the opportunity to connect some of those passes, get a little bit more of that flow into your game. And then, of course, as I say it, they shoot a 40-yard pass
but music
upfield.
to my ears, right? Like you said, you and I have been doing this together for several years, coming from a hockey background, and you're exactly right. You want to establish that position as far back as you can, knocking it around, drawing the defending team towards you, creating more space to attack. That's why building from the back is just so important.
David Off did not like what he saw upfield, and so he just cleared it out of the danger area. It's Battle Mountain with a quick throw-in, and this is taken by the Huskies, 10 yards deep in their attacking half. Stoppage and a quick little pivot on that as it comes back to the near side, and Dozel will try and work in, and a nice job there again. This time it's Hayden right in the right spot yet again here for your Sailors, and now he turns the Jets on trying to push at the other end of the field and create a little bit of havoc, and there is an errant play upfield from Battle Mountain. Turns into a quick throw-in, but less quick because of some substitutions as G will take a quick little breather there, and Nolan Laird comes back onto the field for your Sailors.
That's strength for strength. Nolan Laird, one of the better possession-based players that the Sailors have. Hey, Vlad, I see about 14 minutes left. The Huskies still holding that 1-0 lead for now. It would be a tremendous boost for our Sailors to see them knock one in this latter part of the first half, going in the locker room at least level, as we like to say. They have put some pressure on that back line for the Huskies. Again, the Huskies playing a 3-5-2. You'd like to think that we could put numbers up on them and put pressure on that back three and cause them to make a mistake and capitalize.
That's what it's all about. In this kind of a game, you have so many options or opportunities only. You need to make sure that you capitalize on the ones you get. And the Sailors continue to earn theirs, not taking anything from them, but you want to definitely see them score here before the half's out. That makes it a lot easier to kind of swallow at halftime what the coach has to say. Any goal, I'd say, right, in the last 5 minutes or so of a half, or the first 5 minutes, always huge momentum swingers.
Absolutely.
Here's a big speed on display from Battle Mountain, but David Off gets back, has to stop. Man comes through, touches to the middle of the pitch, and the shot ends up caroming off of Campbell and becomes the first corner of the evening here for Battle Mountain. And we'll see the Huskies kicking it from this near side.
Another really good job by the Sailors back line. Your first job as a defender is to stop the ball. You want to stop the ball and contain the action. Get your help back in front of you. The problem that I'm seeing right now, again, is that Battle Mountain is throwing a lot of guys at that top of the 18, and we're not man-marking.
Opportunity from the Huskies, this one wide of frame, and a nice job from Campbell to have his angles and know that was going wide. Wait a second.
That might have deflected off.
Interesting, okay, it may have been right out front. Quick restart.
Yeah, maybe Nolan Laird.
Second corner of the of the evening here for Battle Mountain, and this time it's going to carry him off of a Battle Mountain player and go out, so it will become a goal kick for Campbell. That must have happened upfield a little bit. I was like, that didn't look like it hit anything.
Yeah, I think Nolan Laird caught a piece of that on the shot when he was defending from the middle.
Nicely done there from Laird, just to stifle the opportunity and not make it easy on these Battle Mountain players. Worked upfield with 11:48 remaining in half one. Battle Mountain takes it back after an errant play between the ears from the Sailors, and they work at the right wing. Opportunity to cross in front, chance shot. Oh, and a beautiful save there from Campbell.
And Vlad, crazy game that we love so much here. You called it the errant pass in the middle here at the bottom of the circle. Caused the ball to go to the middle. Everybody's off their step. It's attacked all the way down the middle again with Battle Mountain. And here we go with a free kick going our way.
Nice job there from Timmy Sabat, making sure he continued to move his feet on that one. If you get wrapped up in the physicality of that, it could have been just a play-on kind of situation. But Sabat moved his feet, earned the free kick, and the Sailors possess. Here with just under 11 minutes remaining in half one from Battle Mountain High School. Do want to thank Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, garden, and more. Knowledgeable advice, helpful service, quality products. They are west of Steamboat. Shot there, comes in at Campbell. He makes another save while I was busy thanking the sponsors.
Thank you.
Worked up now. Thank you, and thank you as well.
Thank you.
Sailors will push it to this right flank. David off with a one-touch on that. Sends it upfield, and Wolf is trying to create a bit of havoc, and he does so. Takes this shot. Got wrapped up a little bit there defensively. Sanchez was the one who kind of whiffed on the ball, but he's able to at least push enough pressure onto Wolf to make him misfire on that opportunity.
We're starting to get some opportunities. Again, we're building from the back. We're knocking around with quick, short, accurate passes. The object here is to draw the opposing team in, expose those spaces that they create with extra players. You want to go advantage up, have numbers up, and then try to create those opportunities. Sailors doing a little bit better job here in the last few minutes. There is always, though, that propensity here, Vlad. They want to go for that home run ball. They want to go for that big through ball. They want to go for that big over-the-top ball and use those wheels up top. And then all of a sudden, that's when the counterattack happens.
I will tell you, Joey, and maybe it's because I've been removed as I have over the last couple of years, but more speed than I remember seeing up top in the last few years of my calling. They had a lot of skill. I mean, you have the days of Cruz Archuleta and his, phenomenal talent on that one-on-one and his striking capability, but the speed is definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. And you're looking at Charlie Reisman, you're looking at Matthias Wolf, you're looking at Jeffrey Sturgis. Those guys got some wheels.
And I mean, that Wolf right there created that opportunity by himself, just pushing play. It's going to be Steamboat who's looking to replicate that effort. Reisman dishes off to Laird. Laird controls and gives it back to Hayden. Tries to switch the pitch to the far side. There's space to be had there for the Steamboat players. Worked upfield. Wolf's going to be able to chase it down. And a slide tackle. Wolf jumps up, still playing the ball at that far side. Making his way off of the goal line extended and eventually just ran out of real estate, and there were a number of defenders surrounding him. But again, you see the explosiveness that Wolf brings. At the other end, here is the counterattack Joey talked about, as Battle Mountain has an open man on the left wing. Top the 18, shot! Oh, too many laces under the ball on that one from Glowacki, and he knows it. You don't get many better chances than that inside of the game to really rip.
And technically, a little secret here, Vlad, let you in on it. If you see that player, that attacking player, and their chest is facing up, the ball's going to go up. If their chest is level or facing down, good chance he's going to drive that one. He got caught a little bit back on his step there, the shooter did. Chest came up, ball went up, lucky for us.
I did know that one. You know why? I'm pretty sure 7 years ago you taught me that. It always seems, right, when you're reaching for the ball, too. It's inevitable. It's just how the body works. Here come the Battle Mountain Huskies with another possession. They're in their own half of play this time. Steamboat trying to cause a turnover. We've ticked down to now just 7.5 minutes remaining here in part 1 of 2 on this evening's event. It's going to be worked now to Methvin. Methvin in the middle of the field. He wants to wind and fire, does so. Easy save from Campbell. Kind of two-hopped right into his chest there. May have taken taken one off the kisser, but he makes no sign of whether or not that occurred, and it's taken by the Sailors quickly at the other end. Hayden slows things down, reaches a little bit, loses the ball in a tackle, and it's taken back by Battle Mountain. The Huskies try to advance themselves. A little slide there from Laird. It was from range, but he at least caused his man to have to make a decision, and we're high school boys at this point, so it's always fun to create those decision points. It helps, and we've got ourselves a whistle behind the play. Not sure what
that is offside. When you see the flag go up like that, mark in the space, that is an offside call.
See, this moving blue line thing is really weird to me. This is the Sailors with possession, 6.5 minutes on the clock, and a 1-0 deficit that they are trying to at least equalize. Taking this kick from roughly the 21-yard line in relation to the American football field. For those of you who, know it's time for Sundays and Saturdays.
And Thursdays and Mondays.
Oh, man, yeah, and seemingly every day now. Mm-hmm. Worked up by Laird. His opportunity from range. That was not Laird, sorry, that was Joseph Frankovich. My apologies, but the ranged ball did not really challenge Alvarez.
They call him Trey. His name on the field is Trey Frankovich. Doesn't go by Joseph.
Okay.
Wearing number 6 in the white tonight for the Sailors. His first appearance on the field this evening. Only a few changes from Coach Rob Bowman right now, substituting Nolan Laird and G in there. We've got Matthias Wolf still out here, Sturgis, Reisman. Not a whole lot of changes. Rob obviously likes what he sees so far, and he's going to go with it.
Sailors possess on the far side. Now, just as I say it, it's going to be a quick dispossession. Crossing play punched out there by Campbell. Then Davidoff helps out and will clear this one. It's going to be a Battle Mountain corner, their 4th. And yes, it happened just like that. They seem to have gotten 3 corners back to back to back.
And it's because of their level of attack. Yep. And you can see Coach Kenny Reisman out here, the assistant coach, furiously taking notes. He's obviously seeing a lot of the things that we are from this Eagle's Nest view, if you will. He's going to, at halftime, take that down. He's going to address the tactical changes that he and Coach Bowman, as well as Coach Josh Dworsky, are going to make over there at the half. We still do have 5 minutes left. The Huskies still holding on to their 1-0 lead. At this point, we've seen some good possessive play from the Sailors. We haven't seen a whole lot of attack. The counterattack from the Huskies has been dangerous.
Mm-hmm. We'll see what Steamboat can do here in the waning moments of half one. I want to thank Steamboat Motors, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks with store-to-door service and online at steamboatmotors.com. They're west of Steamboat on Highway 40.
Thank you.
Also, the Paoli Group with the Group Realty. And let Chris Paoli and his team help with all your real estate needs. The Paoli Group has you covered. I was waiting for it. It didn't come that time.
Well, Chris putting together a really good team. Obviously, they're super knowledgeable. A lot of big-time sales in that group. Amy Brown having been with him quite some time.
Another free kick here for the Sailors. We're looking at just under 4 minutes up on the big scoreboard to press box right. It's going to be a nice attack here. Wow, what a push there from the Sailors. They were 10 yards deep in their own half and very nearly created a little bit of an opportunity off of that free kick. However, here's Battle Mountain again. And it's funny because this Huskies team seems to do this quite often. They'll lull a little bit, lull those opponents into some comfort, and then that's when those counter strikes seem to work so well.
Super observant, Vlad. That's exactly what they're doing, right? They'll make a takeaway or dispossess in the middle of the field, and their wings are flying down the line in that counterattack. Yep, that's going to be going the other way. You cannot play. Both players have the same right to the same ball. You just can't play through the opposing player to get there.
One of the subtle differences between hockey and soccer.
Maybe not so subtle.
This is going to be Campbell who will take this free kick. He is just in between the 18 and the 6. 2:47 and ticking down here in half one. Worked upfield. That, however, is knocked down by the noggin of a Battle Mountain player. Looked like that was McFarland who got in the lane. Steamboat takes it back, and they will try to push play here in the final couple minutes. We'll see if the Sailors can attack, but another errant pass there from the Sailors, intercepted by Battle Mountain and quickly taken the other way as the Huskies will will possess once more. Laird got a little hold of his man, but got away with it. Subtle play there defensively, and gave his other reinforcements time to get back, and the Sailors, with numbers, are able to clear this one. Battle Mountain will have a chance to keep it alive on that far side of the pitch. They do so. 2 minutes to go here, and a nice sliding play there defensively from the Sailors. It will be a corner kick, the fifth one of the evening here for Battle Mountain, this time from that far side of the field of play.
Like you said, piling up over here, and it's because of the nature of their attack. They really are putting pressure on that back line of Steamboat, and almost out of desperation sometimes, all the Sailors can do is clear it off the back line.
It's worked up towards Campbell, and he was able to beautifully watch that ball into his hands. Those are always dangerous, because if you jump too early as the keeper, you come down as that ball continues to sail over you, so it's a tough one. We've got just 82 seconds remaining here in first half action. Lofty ball skips once and is into the hands of Campbell, and he surely takes those down, and we'll just punt this one away. Trying to work it up the field to play. Nice defensive juxtaposition from the header of another Battle Mountain player. Pushed forward. Here comes Sturgis. He's in behind the man and tried to earn another opportunity at a free kick, but the Sailors do not hear the whistle. They have to continue playing. Here's Laird. Touches one forward, and it will be Battle Mountain who takes this one back. Alvarez kicks it the other direction, and on the far side, we've got Battle Mountain possession, but only momentarily, as it did cross the sideline in totality. We've got another throw-in with half a minute to go. And the Sailors, they tried to put the foot down on the gas pedal there in that final 90 seconds and almost created.
Well, as they will, they want to go for that deep over-the-top ball, right? The home run ball, playing really, really direct. Difficult to attack that way when you're up against three defenders. A 1v3 generally won't happen. Looking for that lucky break. At this point, you'd like to see the Sailors really possess the ball, get out of this first half with that one-goal deficit, and address their concerns. Story of the first half so far here, Vlad, is Battle Mountain's ability to possess the ball, to draw the Sailors out of their defensive half and attack those holes. The counterattack has been extremely effective for the Huskies, and the Sailors at this point need to get back to the basics, build from the back, possess the ball, knock it around, and create some opportunities with some composure, right?
Absolutely.
With the speed that we're seeing from the Sailors, we're not seeing the composure we need in that attacking third. I'm sure Kenny Reisman, Coach Bowman, Coach Josh Dworsky will address that right here at the half.
Awesome. For Joey Ridden and Blood and Chase, we will be back with second half action. This is your Steamboat Sailors Sports Connection, KTYV 105.7. We're all on the World Wide Web as well at steamboatradio.com.
Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank,
Alpine Lumber,
the Steamboat Roofing Company,
I Furnish,
Mountain West Insurance,
Switchback Sports,
Mountain Eye Works,
Doc's Auto Clinic,
Mountain Mattress and Furniture,
Bussel's Auto Salon,
the Paoli Group,
Steamboat Ace Hardware,
and the all-new Steamboat Motors.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and steamboatradio.com.
Hi, I'm PJ Wharton, president of Yampa Valley Bank, and I want you to know how proud we are to sponsor this Steamboat Sailor sports broadcast on KTYV Sports on the FM. Steamboat Sailor fans are the best, and we support our sailors on the turf, the court, the pitch, and even the track. If you can't be there to cheer our sailors on in person, Yampa Valley Bank is thrilled to provide this broadcast just for you. Go Steamboat, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Alpine Lumber is proud to support Steamboat Springs High School athletics on KTYV Sports on FM. We believe the competitive nature of high school sports builds character and is a good indicator of success in future life for those who participate. At employee-owned Alpine Lumber, we foster and encourage teamwork, and we know that athletics builds that strong sense of team and working for the greater good, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors High School sports. Alpine Lumber, the contractor's choice and the homeowner's friend, easy to find behind Walgreens on the other side of the tracks.
I'm Terry.
And this is Phil
from Russell's Auto Salon.
If you need help with your auto collision repair, we make it easy. Just bring me an email and a claim number, and I'll take care of the rest.
Russell's Auto Salon, Colorado's premier collision center, leading the industry in technology, where we've gone green with Enviro-based paint, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors Sports.
Russell's Auto Salon, where we always meet by accident. 879-1515.
Russell's Auto Salon.
879-1515.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
My name's Campbell McLaren. I'm number 4, and I'm a center back. I've been playing soccer for about 11 years. Team goal for this season is to have a home playoff game. I'm also a Nordic skier.
Are you just straight cross country or Nordic combined?
Just straight cross country.
Sweet.
Favorite subject in school is probably science, and I went on a trip to Spain this summer. After I graduate, I hope to Nordic ski in college, and my favorite movie is Cars 1. My name's Campbell McLaren. I'm number 4, and I'm a center back.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Steamboat Ace is a proud sponsor of the Steamboat Sailors. That's not the only way Ace supports the kids in our community.
Hi, Bridget here from Steamboat Ace. We are so proud to be a part of the Steamboat community. It's our priority to support and encourage positive activities and hobbies for our youth.
How do you do that?
In addition to local scholarships, Ace invites the sailor community to fundraise for their activity or club by providing a great venue and supplies to host a hot dog or bake sale.
I love it. Every weekend I can shop at Ace and support a great cause.
Steamboat Ace, you're proud to support the Steamboat Sailors shopping place.
Hey, this is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we love to sponsor all things Steamboat. As a company, we like to get families and student athletes outside to enjoy all that Steamboat has to offer. Steamboat Roofing Company is proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailor Sports Broadcast.
Steamboat Roofing Company, proudly working in and giving back to Steamboat's outdoor community. Ski, bike, run, roof, Steamboat.
To schedule a roof estimate, please visit us at steamboatroofing.com. Again, that's steamboatroofing.com.
This is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we're proud Sailor Sports sponsors.
See you out there.
Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services is proud to bring you this broadcast of Sailor Sports. They know each athlete has worked hard and dedicated themselves to their sport. That's how Mountain West was built, through hard work and dedication. Their local agents are ready to find an auto, home, business, health, or farm and ranch policy to fit your life. Visit one of their offices in Steamboat, Craig, or Meeker, and good luck, sailors. Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, solutions for life.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
My name is Timmy Sabat. My number is 23, and I'm a center back. I've been playing soccer for like 10 years. My goal for the season is to make it deep in the playoffs like a lot of these other boys. Other sports and interests, I like skiing. Favorite subject, to Pacific Beach this summer in Cali, and then I want to go to college in Cali after graduation.
So did you surf when you were in Cali, dude?
Yeah.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga. And then favorite movie is Happy Gilmore, and I am Timmy Sabat, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Hey, I'm Brian Ripley.
And I'm Justin Reed.
We are with the Paoli Group, supported by the Group Real Estate.
We are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailor Sports.
As a high school coach and a member of the Paoli Group, our team is dedicated to serving the community and finding ways to give back.
Just like a Steamboat Sailor, we value teamwork, integrity, and character.
For all your real estate needs, find us at thepaoligroup.com. Let's go, Sailors.
Steamboat Motors is making it easier to get both on and off the road this road trip season. Come check out the brand new 23 Mach-E Mustangs and feel the power and surge of energy of an electric vehicle. If you want to be green on the ranch, then come test drive the Ford Lightning F-150 Electric. Or maybe you want to get off the road in a new or used Jeep or a stylish Ford Bronco. Steamboat Motors, a consistent J.D. Power Award winner, West Steamboat on Highway 40 and online at steamboatmotors.com.
Hi, I'm PJ Wharton, president of the Yampa Valley Bank, and I want you to know how proud we are to sponsor this Steamboat Sailor sports broadcast on KTYV Sports on the FM. Steamboat Sailor fans are the best, and we support our sailors on the turf, the court, the pitch, and even the track. If you can't be there to cheer our sailors on in person, Yampa Valley Bank is thrilled to provide this broadcast just for you. Go Steamboat, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
My name is Connor Holt. I'm number 15 and I play outside mid. I've played soccer for around 12 years. My personal goals for this season is to make it far in the playoffs. Outside of school and soccer, I like to bike and golf. My favorite subject in school is math because I find it very interesting. This summer I played a lot of golf and went to a few soccer camps. After I graduate is to go to college and pursue business or finance. My favorite movie is probably Cars 2. I'm Connor Holt and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank,
Alpine Lumber,
the Steamboat Roofing Company,
I Furnish,
Mountain West Insurance,
Switchback Sports,
Mountain Eye Works,
Doc's Auto Clinic,
Mountain Mattress and Furniture,
Bustle's Auto Salon,
the Paoli Group,
Steamboat Ace Hardware,
and the all-new Steamboat Motors.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and steamboatradio.com.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Battle Mountain High School. Excited to be bringing you the second half of action. I'm Vlad Chase alongside Joey Rind. Joey, yes, sir. You know, one half in the books, 40 minutes coming on, and we said it over and over throughout that whole first half. A lot of good to be taken from the Sailors' perspective, and a few things that if they can clean up defensively, especially on those counterattacks, they might be able to push play a little bit more.
And here's the irony, Vlad, is that cleaning it up defensively on their counterattack starts with our attack. If we're making a legitimate attack with numbers up and we're able to move the ball around, instead of trying to send everything direct and over the top, the midfielders are pushing up to support those attacking players, and by doing so, leaving a huge gap in the field between the defensive midfielder and the back line. That's where Battle Mountain has found their setups in the middle and are creating those opportunities.
It's a culmination of parts, right? Because at the end of the day, when you can create elsewhere, that'll open up those over-the-top plays, because again, again, the tendencies are taken into account by those defensive players, and things just kind of develop within the game. It's really exciting, but it all starts with putting a few together from the back end, not just going over the top. And hopefully we can create enough opportunity here to maybe even tuck one home past Alvarez, who, to his credit, he's made a couple pretty nice saves.
Yep. And here's where we are, right? We talk about it all the time in the locker rooms, on the sidelines. First 8 minutes, right? First 8 minutes. Can we find a way to do something positive in the first 8 minutes? Can we get a goal? Interestingly enough, Vlad, we just saw Battle Mountain do the same exact thing that our Sailors did in the first half by taking a shot from midfield, putting the pressure on the keeper, essentially just handing the ball over.
Both keepers, Alvarez and now Campbell, able to make those saves, and we continue at what is a 1-0 game. Battle Mountain on top just in the opening minute of play here in half 2. Worked up this right wing, and it's going to be taken by Dozel, who is into the box, sends one across, hits some bodies, and Karam's just wide.
Super dangerous there, Vlad. Battle Mountain making yet another attack on that right flank, putting the ball in the middle, and that's what you want, right? That's what creates the dangerous opportunities. So here we go. Battle Mountain Huskies corner kick. They decide to go short this time, Vlad.
I don't think I've seen them chuck one to the near far post yet. I think most of their plays have kind of been out of the corner, touching it off to that second man in support.
And that's what you're going to see from the Sailors as well. I got to tell you, maybe I'm a little too old school, as Harv and I continue to refer to. I don't love that short one. Now, we did, however, go ahead, Vlad.
No worries. I was kind of watching that one. Looked like we may have had a handball called against the Sailors. Free kick coming up here for Battle Mountain, but go on.
We did, however, score a goal against Eagle Valley, or maybe it was the game before that, to be honest, against Glenwood, where we had a short corner kick. Charlie Reisman drove that back end line, was able to we think, 2 different players to find an open Sailor to put the goal in, so it can be effective. I'd rather see that traditional corner kick get put into the mixer in a point of danger. You never know what kind of deflection you're going to get.
That's exactly what Doza was just doing, not on the corner, but on that last attacking play. There's enough bodies and legs in front, it can hit anything and go in. I like just have the toolbox, right? Have it all. Don't just hit a team with one look the whole time.
Want to mix it up, keep them on their toes, right?
Exactly. 37-18 remaining here. It's punch, counter punch at Battle Mountain High School. Your Sailors looking for their own strike, down 1-0. Campbell elevates well, gets up and holds on to that ball. He'll roll this one forward for his defender, and some speed on display here for the Sailors. As a good run from Laird. He's really turned on the Jets there, picking up a few MPH since I've last seen him playing. Here's Hayden now. Hayden looks for the touch. He very nearly got it. Nice look on the
really beautiful play. One of the better attacks we've seen from the Sailors so far. That started with Cole Campbell's brilliant distribution up the line to Nolan Laird. Nolan Laird finding Matthias Wolf. Matthias Wolf then back to the middle, looking for Jeffrey Sturgis, and we just missed on that opportunity. We need to see a little bit more of that building from the back, possessing, using that speed. Let's hope for more.
Here now, battling on the near side is Sturgis. Comes up the line. That was not Sturgis. My apologies. That one was Jameson. Comes up the line, and it's Wolf. Touches into the middle, finding Reisman. Reisman reverses course, keeps the ball, sends it up now to Sturgis. Near side, Sturgis has options. Touches one through. He's looking for Wolf. Wolf's in behind the defense. Now kicks it back to Hayden. Beautiful developing play. Sent it to the back post, and that is over the head there of the intended target as they were looking for Frankovic.
I love that play. Here's what I'll be, the overcritical guy, is with Frankovic being so tight to that post, if he starts outside and works himself in, he's more likely to be able to see that come through. However, we've looked real good here on the attack in the last 4 to 5 minutes.
Worked in off of the ensuing throw-in, and it's going to be cleared by Battle Mountain, as the Sailors did try to push play on that one and make that throw an attack. What I'll say is I'd like to have one more touch from Will. Work it in so that shot is an option for him as well.
Absolutely. Good point.
Comes back to Battle Mountain as they advance up that left wing. 35 minutes and change remaining here in the game. 1-0 score, Battle Mountain on top. Huskies trying to attack with a cross. That one is knocked out easily. It looked like Sabet was the man who sent Sabat, my apologies, was the man who was in the lane. And I will say, especially in the early goings, this is what confounded me in the first half, is the Sailors defensively were doing so well, gelling. They got guys behind the ball, and that's where I kind of picked up on that lulling that this Battle Mountain team can do. And then the counterattack opened up eventually for them.
And that's what a really good, strong possession-based team will do, is that you spend your time chasing them, knocking it around. They knock it around, and they look for that very right moment. You know, like you said, they lull you into it, and then boom, they attack that space, and before you know it, there's a shot on frame, and Cole Campbell's making yet another spectacular save.
It's worked up and out of bounds. A little bit too much juice on that from Campbell. He ate the second bowl of Wheaties. Heard that from his dad earlier. Seeing it out there today. 34 minutes remaining here in half two. Man, after saying that, I really haven't missed the opportunities at those small puns and jokes. It's not something that I miss. Chance comes up for Battle Mountain. The Huskies trying to attack from the 18. Touched in, and Campbell is in the lane on that. Scoops it up and quickly throws it forward. Trying to find Reisman, too far for him, and Reisman is going to be dispossessed there by the foot of Sanchez.
And here we are, about 33 and a half minutes left. Still 1-0 Huskies. You can see a little bit of the frustration from some of those top line, those attacking players, Charlie Reisman, Jeffrey Sturgis, really trying to mount an attack. But look, you've got a 1v2, 2v3. They're defending really well with that three-man back line, clogging the middle with 5 midfielders. I didn't take a quick look at the formation with the Sailors. I will now to see if we are still
4-4-3
in the 4-4-2.
Sorry. 4-4-3. We're just going full attack.
We're going to play 12. We're going to play with 12 and no keeper.
It's going to be worked up the field by the Sailors. Hayden's pass into the middle towards his mark on that was unsuccessful. Wolf was in the area, and now Campbell will take this one for Steamboat. Scooped up and kicks this one away now, opting for a long ball. He got Sturgis settled with the chest, but couldn't get a second touch on it. Battle Mountain takes it back. So we'll see what the Sailors can do here, but it's kind of like you said, we just saw the 8 minutes come and go now in half one. What can Steamboat do here in the final 32?
Cole Campbell having an outstanding game right now, really keeping the Sailors in it at this point. Only 1-0. Cole Campbell probably himself keeping this thing within range. Could easily be 3-0 at this point. And there's that big over-the-top ball again. We have 2 of our attackers on 3 of their defenders. And that math just isn't going to work.
I'm not good at math, but I agree. We're going to work up the field now on the near side. Good battle from Dozel. Dozel gets away from Jamison. Jamison, though, right back in it, and he just touches this one out of bounds.
Good decision. Reset, right? You want to reset that back line. Just got word from Coach Kenny Reisman that we're going to see a little bit more of that big over-the-top stuff. We were struggling in the first half to build out of the back and to possess. They're putting pressure on that back line with their pressing. So it looks like we're going to try to clear that first
wave.
Yeah, that first pressing line, if you will, and try to start possession at the middle of the field with Charlie Reisman and Gerardo Mendoza, who, interestingly enough, we have not yet seen in this second half.
Worked up the pitch now by the Sailors, and great back pressure applied by Methvin, and he galloped all the way back about the length of the field almost. Shot there from Hayden, big save there from Alvarez, his best of the game, and more to point, he was able to hang on. There was no rebound because we definitely had Wolf in the vicinity who was ready to pounce on that. But a nice job from Alvarez to stop it, and Hayden showing off what it means when you keep the chest over the ball.
Absolutely. And to that point, you're going to see us more than likely take a few more of those shots from distance to create those opportunities you just spoke of with those rebounds.
It's going to be a nice chip through. Man was in behind, and that draws the whistle. Sturgis didn't quite like that call, but understands, nods the head, and he'll get back into position as Battle Mountain will kick one away.
He knows. That was a full 2 steps off there, Vlad.
Want to thank Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations in Steamboat and Craig, member FDIC. Also, Alpine Lumber, the contractor's choice, homeowner's friend. You can go see Cody and the gang at Alpine Lumber for all your building needs.
Thank you.
Worked up the far side. We've ticked down to under 30 minutes to go now in game time. 1-0 score, Battle Mountain on top of your Steamboat Sailors. And again, it's Vlad and Chase and Joy Rind along for the call. And I'll tell you, it's a measuring stick game that all things have come to a 1-0. I mean, we're at a tight game. It's a great matchup. We've had some chances. Campbell's played phenomenally, and I want to say, just to piggyback off what you were gloating on there from the goalkeeper's perspective, there's been a couple stretching saves, but for the most part, he's just been so sound positionally.
Absolutely.
He hasn't had to look fantastic.
You are exactly right. He's playing that back line very well, knows how to play with his back line, positions himself. Again, we mentioned it in the first half. Cole Campbell, very, very composed, always under control, a cerebral player, studies the goalkeeping position. We're in really good hands, I got to tell you, for the next several years. Behind him right now, sophomore Will Hall. Behind him, freshman Charlie Weedle, who we call Chucky Pipes. We are absolutely loaded at the goalkeeping position for the next several years.
I struggle to recall a time we weren't solid in that position, honestly. Yeah. Even from my early days calling with Casey Barnett here as a goalkeeper's coach. It's an homage to the early days for me, but it's always been a real nice, solid point for us.
No doubt. And right here with us, right here, is Alex Hall, another phenomenal goalkeeper, currently playing on the U13 boys team in the Steamboat Soccer Club, younger brother of Will Hall, and the tradition of strong goalkeeping will continue.
Pun fully intended. We've got ourselves are they giving him the corner, or is it a throw? Corner kick coming up here for Battle. No, they're saying throw, and I thought it was on that sideline, and so we'll see a toss, and the man's stepping back to try to attack with the 27:45 left. This ball is lobbed into the 18, kicked around, and eventually cleared out. And that one, I believe, went off of... Yeah, I thought so. It went off a Battle Mountain player last, and so it will be a goal kick here for Campbell and company.
I tell you, one thing that's changed, and Harvey and I have talked about it, we've touched on it in several telecasts, is that the calling and monitoring of illegal throw-ins has gotten really, really loose. From our vantage point up here, it looks like he went back with one arm, just guiding it with a hand with the other hand, and made a one-handed toss. That is supposed to be a two-handed throw all the way back to the back of your neck, and it just didn't look like that to me.
Great intercept from Laird. Laird tried to go up to Sturgis, was a little behind him on the pass, and it's going to be taken by Battle Mountain. It's always interesting. You have the ebbs and flows of the officiating world, and I'm sure there will eventually be a couple calls that then translate to that coming down harder on, and that's me being an official, again, hockey realm, right? It's just what you have to deal with. Reaction to what you're seeing on the field of play. Kicked up here by Campbell, and it's over the head of Wolf, who was an intended target. And already I'm noting what you were saying that Coach Reisman was talking about. Campbell's already, stepped into a couple punts here, trying to get over that initial attacking wave. Man tumbles down inside the box. Looks as though we're going to see is it a goal kick, or is it going to be a corner kick? Okay.
That was a nice tackle. I want to say that was Charlie Reisman coming all the way back, making that tackle.
We will see what happens off of the ensuing corner. It's again that touch play to the extra man, and nothing develops. It becomes a goal kick instead. Joey, I've got a fun fact for you.
Please.
The Steamboat Sailors opened up with 3 corner kicks, the first 3 of the game. There have been 7 since, and they've all been Battle Mountains.
Let's try to figure out a way to change that. But that tells a story too, doesn't it, Vlad, right? Which team is attacking more and putting more pressure on the back line? that's the one who's going to generally earn more corner kicks.
And sustained pressure, right? That's where you're forcing that D to just clear because they need a reset. And we'll see if the Sailors can earn a couple here in the next few minutes. We're looking at 25-12 remaining, still plenty of ball game left for your Sailors. They're down just 1-0 in large part to their defensive stalwart, Cole Campbell, as the keeper. But I will have to give kudos to this whole back line. They've played really well this evening. I've loved to see some of these new faces.
Consistently the strength of the Sailors team. We have some dynamic goal scorers in Charlie Reisman, Jeffrey Sturgis, and Will Hayden. Game in, game out, that back line, including goalkeeper Cole Campbell, has really been staunch.
We do have a substitution. The Sailors are bringing in some fresh troops here off the bench in a hope to find a little bit of a spark. While they sub in, I want to thank Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, providing solutions for all your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance, plus so much more. I Furnish as well, Steamboat's newest furniture store, quality furniture and mattresses at great prices. They're easy to find on Shield Drive in the old Moxie building.
Thank you. Looks like the substitution is going to be Connor Hall, number 15, for Jake Davidoff. Connor Hall now in at that right back position.
Worked to the left side, a little bit too far there for Colton Mellon. And Battle Mountain is quickly going to take this throw in on the near side, and they'll just work it around, some crisp passing between the players. Worked up that left wing now, settled, and the Huskies try to attack with a good through ball. Too much on that one, however, and Campbell will run out to gather it in. 23.5 minutes to go here from Battle Mountain High School. 1-0 score. Huskies on top of your Sailors, and Steamboat trying to find some sustained attack. It's not going to happen on this attempt, though. Hayden does get the ball back quickly on a good tackle. Up to Laird, back to Hayden, near side now to Reisman. Reisman settles with the left foot, works with the right, cuts in towards the middle of the field. Nice through ball. He's got a man coming in. Foot race here, and Alvarez was out to slide and kick that one free. Very nearly an opportunity there by Will Hall.
That was Connor Hall.
That was Connor.
Fresh into the game. Will Hall
is at 25. I was like, all right.
I was going to say, Will Hall is the backup goalkeeper tonight.
I was very confused.
3 times the size as Connor Hall. Will Hall is a very big young man in stature. That said, that was a great offensive attack right there, exactly the way we drew it up. Charlie Reisman winning the ball in the middle with his left, as you said, using his dominant right foot to get that penetration over there, finding Connor Hall, and not quite beating Alvarez, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he was a step shy of being the first to that one. Now the Sailors trying to advance, and some physicality here, and it's going to be play on from the official as both players got an even amount of back and forth shoving on that. It's going to be worked up top now, and get a little sidestep by Battle Mountain. Nice possession there from Glowacki. Comes to the near side, top of the 18. Man steps away from one defender, can't get away from the second. And it will be, I believe, a goal kick coming up here for your Steamboat Sailors. So
at this point in time, Vlad, you're not seeing a sense of urgency from the Battle Mountain Huskies, right, at all. They've already established that they're stronger with the possession in today's game. They're attacking the openings. They are the ones who are owning the space. Now they're knocking it around, making those Sailors chase them to try to gain possession. At this point, we have seen several good attacks come from the Sailors, just not enough, and not enough consistently.
Only takes one to break through, and you can change the psychological dynamic of this one. We'll see if the Sailors can do just that. Battle Mountain trying to go through. That's the double-edged sword of this, is if Battle Mountain is to sit back and kind of let this game come to them, the Sailors break through. It's hard to reignite. So let's see them break through now.
That's what we're
That's me as a
for.
fan now.
That's Will Hayden generating the counterattack, and again, this is where that direct play. If Coach Linda John, the director of coaching for the Steamboat Soccer Club, is listening, she would greatly appreciate that fact.
It's going to be worked to the far side. Alvarez with play the game.
You know, I was wondering, I was in my rules mind, I was wondering if he could make contact with that ball again.
It's interesting. Worked up to a shot that is high and wide of frame, and Campbell will have a goal kick coming up here for the Sailors. 20 minutes to go now. We're 3/4 of the way through and looking to see what kind of push the Sailors have.
We need to have that breakthrough goal just like you talked about, right? We need to figure out a way to mount an attack. We have to possess the ball. Trying to play so direct, finding the over-the-top ball is not going to help and could cause us harm.
Here is another through ball attempt from Hayden, and he can't quite connect on that one. We've seen a few that have kept on the ground here early, and those are on those built attacks. So I like what we're potentially dealing with.
The problem is when you're trying to slide that ball so direct down the middle, essentially you're going to have to beat two defenders in order to find that run. Can we find that extra pass to create that run?
Here comes Methvin. He's been having a very solid game for Battle Mountain. He's been all over the pitch, a lot of speed on display defensively right there, helping out multiple times here again. But the Sailors have at least shut him down offensively, haven't let him create too much in that offensive third. Here comes Steamboat up this left flank now, and it's Sturgis who's one-on-one on the outside. We'll see if he can work it in the middle. Sturgis beats a man. He's into the 18. Speed shot. That one is blocked off of a defender's foot and out of bounds near side. It will be a throw-in just a few feet off the end line, but Sturgis with a little bit of that spark that you said that we could see.
Hey, if I might, I want to take a little bit of time to mention on behalf of the Steamboat Soccer Club that we will be hosting the first annual Yampa Valley Soccer Fest at Dry Creek Park Sunday, October 1st, about 10:30 to 1:30. It'll be a carnival-type atmosphere. We're looking to bring soccer to the entire valley. We'll do it in Hayden at Dry Creek Park, 10:30 to 1:30 on Sunday, October 1st. Each and every one of our club teams will be having a carnival-style booth, be live music, food trucks. We hope everybody who loves soccer in the valley will join us. Dry Creek Park, Sunday, October 1st, 10:30 in the morning. Be there, be square.
Absolutely love it, man. Here's a corner kick. Reisman, with a great individual effort, was able to earn the corner for the Sailors. Touch towards frame, and that'll be Alvarez who scoops it up harmlessly. We do see the old school, quote-unquote, it makes me cringe to even say that, corner kick there, and the Sailors were able to develop at least something. Now it's going to be a clearing attempt at the other end. We'll see another corner for Battle Mountain. That did not take long. The Huskies now tallied 8 corners. 17 and a half minutes left. 1-0 Huskies still to add to the Yampa Valley Soccer Fest. First 300 kids there will receive a free Nike soccer ball. There is a registration link on steamboat-soccer.com. What is the age limit for kids?
It's really is no age limit. If you're looking to enter, you can't win if you don't play.
That's right. 17-12 remaining here in the half and the game. Sailors trying to advance. Almost got through. Nice intercept. Sailors have it again. Here's Laird, and he's dispossessed as he was just outnumbered by 2 Battle Mountain players. Work to the right wing, taken by Methvin. He sends one up on a nice through ball attempt. Players slide. The ball goes free, and it will be a corner kick for Battle Mountain, but some nice defensive effort.
Campbell McLaren, number 4, absolutely a beast. The JV team over there in the bleachers loving that, giving Campbell some props. Love to watch Campbell McLaren play. Whole family here today. Mom Jen, Dad Ross, little brother Jackson helping us here with the camera today.
PK coming up here for Battle Mountain as the foul was inside the 18. And we will see what happens with this one. 16:08 remaining. Ticking down. The ref did ask for the clock to stop here. 1-0 score.
Looked like it to me.
Oh, yeah, super late.
So, we'll see who takes this
we've
one.
been talking Cole Campbell up the whole night, right? Like this is where goalkeepers make their money. Obviously, not necessarily in high school sports. That being said, Cole Campbell, you have got to know and expect that whomever's taking it for Battle Mountain is a very skilled player. More than likely going to go for the side netting. A very lanky, tall goalkeeper, Cole Campbell, stands about 6'2", 6'3". Let's see if he can guess right here, Vlad.
It's Methvin to take it. He's been up and down the field of play for Battle Mountain. Steps back on the free kick, shot, goal, 2-0.
That's
Just
going to
like
be a killer, Vlad. That is unfortunately going to be a killer. Not a whole lot we can do with that. Henry Jameson doing his very best to defend. Came in a little bit late, took the man down in the box. You certainly don't want to see it go down that way. 16 minutes left. Sailors down 2-0 in a game where we haven't been able to mount a huge attack. Now more than ever, we need to get this figured out.
We really have probably 2 or 3 minutes to get a little sustained pressure, and we need a goal in 5 just to give yourself time to strike that second time. We'll see what happens. Battle Mountain has it off a nice tackle. Then a slide at the other end. The Sailors play advantage as here comes Will Hayden. Touches one through. He's got Sturgis. He's in behind. Sturgis, oh, just off the outside of his foot. And he was offside, so it wouldn't have counted.
Sailor fans getting really worked up, seeing that opportunity. There's a reason as to why he broke free behind that back line. He was about one full step behind. But the heart and the desire and the courage of these Sailors to keep mounting that attack, they obviously want this game. This is a big rivalry game. It's Battle Mountain's homecoming week. Here we go, Sailors.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we're still home and home on these divisional, and we haven't seen them yet?
Absolutely. No, this is the first. Yep. We will see them at our place a little bit later in the season.
That's always a fun little grudge match. But plenty of soccer to be played here this evening yet. With 15 minutes remaining. Cross comes in. It's knocked free by Jameson, and it will be another corner kick here for Battle Mountain. Their 10th on the evening. Working it from the near side corner.
Like to call that the near flank here, Vlad. They're going to set up with 2 guys again. Now all of a sudden with a 2-0 lead, you've got 14 and a half minutes left. Nothing about the Huskies here is going to be in a rush. Looking to wreak some havoc on that back line.
Oh, what a save.
I'll tell you, that was a really nice little opportunity from the Huskies. However, corralled once again by Cole Campbell. In spite of the 2-0 deficit, really has played a tremendous game.
Dozel had a great individual effort off that back line, and it actually his cross caromed right back to him, and he let it fly with the left foot. And Campbell, I mean, from our angle, great job just to watch that one right in. Comes back to Alvarez now. He tries to send it up to the midfield line. Noggined over to the near side by, it looked like that one was Connor Hull, and taken now by Battle Mountain. Foul and a free kick. That one called against Colton Melland. And a quick restart here from the Huskies. They'll send one to that far flank once again. Methvin off the left wing. Dispossessed. Double team there defensively from the Sailors. And now Steamboat tries to take it themselves. Worked up towards Sturgis. And he'll run into this one. Stops on a dime and tries to reverse course with the play, eventually getting knocked away from his feet.
Well, here we are, Vlad. Critical time. Down 2-0, less than 13 minutes to go. A really dangerous turnover from your Sailors in the back, recovered nicely from JMO. Playing a little bit desperate, need just a slight tad bit more composure. But when you're down 2-0 against your bitter rival, 12 and a half minutes left, you're gonna make some mistakes while you're trying to get that ball moving forward.
Whistle blows, and it is another corner kick here for Battle Mountain. They'll work this one in towards the 18. Nice defensive stand-up play there from the Sailors. And the cross is past everybody, and it will become a goal kick for Campbell. 6 corners this half. It's interesting because, again, I'm looking at the tail that you just said behind the stat. It's not necessarily, 6. It is that pressure and that game style has continued to really favor the Huskies.
It really has. I mean, when you want to make a fair evaluation, you're looking at Battle Mountain as being the more skilled side, especially tonight. They're quicker with the ball at their feet. They're more decisive with passes. Their passes are more accurate. They're taking advantage of their possession. And there's good reason that they're up 2-0 right now. There hasn't been a whole lot of mistakes from the Sailors. Obviously, that second goal was a PK in the box, but that's just hard defending. He came in late. So at this point in time, right now, tonight, the better team is ahead. There's still some time.
We're looking at 11:22 on the clock. 2-0 score, Battle Mountain, ball in possession of your Steamboat Sailors. And just as I say it, they will lose said possession. And it looks as though they did bring out, is that a JV player with the spikes on the top of the hair here? 29 is not on my roster.
Oh, I'm gonna have to take a look.
Ball worked by Battle Mountain. He's on the far side. You can tell he's the only one with his color hair on the field of play.
Oh, that is, oh my gosh. Thank you, Declan. Thank you very much. Excuse me, that is Beck. Yes, my gosh.
Chip through. Hayden's there. Shot and a big save from Alvarez.
That's the kind of night it's been. My apologies to Beck and his family. I had a little brain freeze there. Beck is a senior, left the sport of soccer for a little while, decided to come back this year.
It's going to be taken by the Sailors.
Beck McLeish, I believe, is his last name.
What an opportunity again for Will Hayden, and you said it.
It's just the way the night's gone, right? I mean, Will Hayden in the right.
Hayden again, trying to go cheeky. It's in the back of the goal, 2-1.
Start. You can't get the second goal till you get the first here, Vlad. 10 minutes left. Your Sailors with a good possession, with a good attack, putting pressure on that back line. Will Hayden pops it over the top of the goalkeeper who came out to make the save. All of a sudden, the lead is cut in half. It is 2-1. 9 minutes and 55 seconds left, and we've been talking about it all night. Will Hayden is the one who can keep the composure in the middle, find a way to change the momentum of the game. Let's see if the Sailors can find themselves another one. All of a sudden, that PK is looking huge.
It really is. It's going to be worked up by Battle Mountain, quickly headed the other direction by your Sailors, taken back by the Huskies, and a little misplay on that far sideline. They'll run out of possession here, and it's going to be a throw-in coming up for Steamboat just in front of their own bench. And Beck takes this one, kicked up the other direction by Battle Mountain, and the Huskies will possess once more. A little through ball gets past everybody. Taken in by Campbell. 9:20 remaining now in this 2-1 matchup. Big kick there from Campbell over the head of a couple players. Chased down and legged forward by the Sailors. This is Reisman who's back in there, and it's kicked out by Battle Mountain. Chested by the big defender, Campbell McLaren.
Something to note, no Gerardo Mendoza in the entire second half. Getting some intel from Coach Kenny Reisman that they implored upon the guys and Will Hayden to get the ball to Will's feet. Will needs the ball at his feet, right? It's especially against a 3-5-2 where he can beat somebody 1v1 and use an intelligent play like he did. And here he is. Look, he is really running that attack right now.
Oh, they're going to call him off on this one. They keep going, not sure why, but referee, I thought I saw the ref.
Yeah, the center referee either didn't see his AR or decided the run of play wasn't as affected by it and just let it go, playing on with an advantage.
Worked on the throw-in before we have that. Substitutions for Battle Mountain. 8:14 remaining here and ticking down in what is a 2-1 game. Your Sailors are down by 1 here to Battle Mountain, but they've got the latest goal to cut that lead in half.
And here's what I'll do. I'll put my coach's hat on for all of our viewers and listeners right now. You're going to see some substitutions coming
Same
from
thing.
Battle Mountain right now,
Just
right?
to kill time.
Just to kill time. You're exactly right.
I saw that throw in. I'm keying in on it now. I just saw it happen again.
I mean, it's like dodgeball.
This ball is going to end up across the sideline, and it will be a throw-in for the Sailors. The Sailors, though, will substitute man themselves, getting some fresh troops.
Beck McLeish gets subbed off. Matthias Wolf back on. So now you got Will Hayden and Matthias Wolf up top.
Free kick coming up. That was a little bit too much from behind.
Mason Shaw, number 9, getting some time right there, throwing some natural attack base players. Connor Hall now moving forward. Charlie Reisman going to be setting up on this free kick. Nolan Laird there with him. Your only 2 defenders back right now look to be Henry Jameson, and is that Connor Baptiste back there getting his first try? Can we? Not quite.
Opportunity there from Reisman, just off the mark.
So 7 minutes left. You're looking at Coach Bowman. He's got 8 players thrown up in the attack. 2 defenders, a 3rd defender now, and Campbell McLaren dropping back. We're obviously going for it here.
Battle Mountain trying to just clear their own space here. They do get out to the midfield line with possession. 6.5 on the clock, 2-1 score. Methvin wanted the ball, didn't get it. Long crossing ball to the near side is out of range. Very nearly settled, but just out of range, and it'll be a goal kick for Campbell. I want to thank Mountain Eyework, Steamboat Roofing, and Switchback Sports, as well as Doc's Auto Clinic.
Thank you.
All proud supporters of Sailors Athletics here.
Thank you.
Worked to Campbell. He'll set this on the top of his 6 and just kick it away to the right flank. Skips over his own man. Just a play that you don't want to see happen like that. I mean, possessions are going to be at a premium here in this last 6 minutes of play. And now are they resetting? Is it going to be another goal kick? And that you see this Battle Mountain team is all time killing right now.
They're not in any type of rush right now. Not in any type of rush.
See another goal kick.
Looking for Charlie Reisman on that left flank. Doesn't quite make it out of the middle of the field. Does, however, bounce down to Connor Hall.
It's Reisman trying to push play. He's got a little bit of support as well. Hull was right behind him.
Reisman especially familiar with these Battle Mountain Huskies, as a couple years ago he elected to play for the Vale Valley Club. Some of these his teammates during the club season.
Opportunity goes through the uprights. Another goal kick coming up here for the Sailors. 5 minutes on the clock now. And a substitution for Battle Mountain once again. I didn't think they could.
Unlimited substitutions in the sport of soccer.
No. Time-wise, though, on a goal kick for the Sailors, is that allowed?
It is.
This is whenever there's a stoppage?
The rules changed recently where on any stoppage you have the right to sub. Now, however, there are some stoppages that would require a matching sub.
Okay.
But it's I'd have to get my son up here, who's a certified referee, to be able to help me out with that.
Worked to the near side. Sailors knock it down. Pushed by Hayden. He's got Reisman on this outside left wing. Reisman's one-on-one, and he cuts away from pressure, trying to duck into the 18, and he's taken down to the 18. Yes! It's going to be a PK, and the Sailors have an opportunity to knot things up here with a PK of their own. Reisman with a nice little run to earn that penalty kick.
What a beautiful play from Charlie Reisman. No doubt in my mind he was trying to draw the foul. He did it with expertise, tit for tat, and nobody else but him is going to line up on that PK spot. Let's see if Charlie Reisman can match this. What an incredible turn of events. 4 minutes and 27 seconds left. 2-1 Huskies. Here comes Charlie Reisman on the spot.
Reisman steps back from the ball here. Set up. Whistle blows. Reisman taking his time. Steps in. Fires one. Big save from Alvarez. What a stop there from Alvarez. He guessed right. Sailors throw this one in. touched forward. They still got to push. Still time on the clock here.
Goodness gracious.
4:23 remaining. There's poetry.
Paralysis by overanalysis, right? In the case like that, you might want to go to your number one PK. He went to the same side. Keeper guessed and read him. I've seen Charlie make dozens and dozens of PKs to his left. He opted to go right. We did not capitalize that time. No one's hurting more than Charlie Reisman right now. Here we go. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left, still down by 1.
Reisman getting all the way back, blowing off a little of that energy that he just gained on the miss. Looks as though we have.
And that'll be a free kick going Sailors' way, coming up on that 3.5 minute mark right now. Really hurting for Charlie Reisman. Known him since he was a little kid. Great friends with Kenny, his dad, and assistant coach. Game's not over yet, folks.
Reisman heads this one forward, cleared up into the stands, and they'll have to sign that ball because that is a souvenir.
Conveniently, the ball runner. Ooh, I was going to say didn't have a ball, but ball's already back in play.
Worked forward. What do we have here? Is that a goal kick coming up? I believe so.
Ball conveniently, I say again, rolls under the netting in the back. I mean, all I can say is geez Louise.
Will Hayden trying to push the play, and everybody knows that Battle Mountain wants to just relax this one away. 2-1 the score. Huskies are on top. Alvarez kicks this one forward. Touched along further by a Husky at the midfield line. Comes through. Man is down the line. It's Dozel all alone against Campbell. Shoots off the pipe and out. What a stop. That was the man getting back.
That was Cole Campbell. Left foot kick save and a beauty,
wow,
to use your terminology. Off his back left foot, then off the post.
Wow.
My goodness gracious. We still have life. I can't help but watch Charlie Reisman on the field right now, folks. A little bit dejected. Hands in his face right now, but let's see. Can we figure out a way to find that goal, that second goal to put us level?
Now it's an opportunity again for Battle Mountain trying to push. That shot is well over frame. Goal kick coming up here for the Sailors.
Again, no surprise what Battle Mountain's doing right now. Obviously, he wanted to put that win in, but more than likely, he wanted to put that thing 60 yards down towards I-70.
Worked up off the ensuing kick from Campbell. Touched forward now by the Sailors. Reisman looking to settle and turn with 93 seconds on the clock. 2-1 score. Sailors are down to the Huskies. Worked forward, man's in behind, and he's onside, but Alvarez is out to snuff that one defensively.
Really good play from Battle Mountain's goalkeeper, Alvarez. Probably saved the...
Hayden again in there. And very nearly got back, but Alvarez with another save. .95 seconds on the clock. Big punt there from Alvarez. Clears it. The Sailors battling. Whistle blows. Foul. Free kick Steamboat. And they'll need to be quick if they wanted to capitalize on a fast run, but the Sailors slow it down instead, and they'll put this one forward. Battle Mountain couldn't. It's a little errant play. Reisman settles on his right foot on that left wing, tries to turn, looking to send one in. Nice little move from Reisman. Another one-on-one, sends it up to the slot area, and a shot there is just off the mark. Will Hayden just misfires, and he was right where he wanted to be.
The Sailors have done everything they possibly can to put themselves in a position to bring this game level, and it just hasn't worked out. Several opportunities in the latter minutes of this second half from Will Hayden. Obviously, Charlie Reisman with the PK. Oh, Vlad.
Good opportunity for Battle Mountain. That's about going to run out the clock. 2 seconds, one, and the horn. And the Sailors come out to Battle Mountain, and they play the full 80 minutes, Joey. You got to give them all the credit in the world. A game that went 2-0 with just under 15 minutes. You could have just shipped that one home and thought about taking them at Gardner Field, but they kept battling.
So hard to live in the woulda, shoulda, coulda. The Battle Mountain Huskies right now running out to greet their goalkeeper for all the right reasons. Hero of the game, kept them in it, makes the save on the Charlie Reisman PK. I'll tell you, Charlie a little bit dejected on the turf, getting helped up by his coach and dad, Kenny Reisman. A big thanks to Jackson McLaren and Alex Hall for helping out with the camera tonight. Vlad, it was awesome getting back together with you. Obviously, we wanted a different outcome. The game ended as you almost would have expected. Unfortunately, with the way that the Huskies were able to control possession, create more opportunities, put pressure on Steamboat's back line, wreaking havoc back there. However, the courage and the fight out of our Steamboat Sailors, it's to the last whistle.
And what I will summarize, you nailed it on all points, but you've got to think that whenever that next game is, advantage Steamboat at home, and that last 10 minutes was dominated by the Sailors. Yes, you're pushing. Yes, it's different dynamics than a full 80. You can't sustain that, but you got to think there's some confidence in those boys to head home. They'll think on that, a week from today, not tonight.
This will be in the back of their minds until Battle Mountain comes to visit us.
Absolutely. Joey, been an absolute pleasure, my friend.
Rod, thank you. Thank you, Brian Harvey, for providing us with this opportunity.
Absolutely. This has been Steamboat Sailors Boys Soccer on your Sailor Sports Connection, KTYV 105.7, and on the World Wide Web as well at steamboatradio.com.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Steamboat Sailor Soccer on KTYV Sports on FM. Brought to you by...
All right.